We're on your side tonight now with another angle to the job market. Nationally, the unemployment rate sits at 3.5%. South Carolina even lower, 2.3%. The Bureau of Labor Statistics says that is the lowest in the country. North Carolina, a tick higher than the national average, sits right now at 3.7%. Bottom line, though, these are historically low numbers. It means the job market is starting to tighten, and that can create challenges for employers. How do you fill positions? How do you handle promotions? ADP, the big payroll services company, crunched some numbers here recently, and it found when it comes to hiring for, say, management positions, about 9% of the people who got the jobs were internal candidates. 30% came from outside the company. The other roughly 60% really don't fall into either category, may have been more of a lateral job move. Bottom line to this, a lot of people internally in a company are being passed over, and that can create issues for employers and employees. So what's the best way to handle it? What you're seeing there, the Society for Human Resource Management recently posted this article about the topic. Quoted in it was Adam Canavo, a senior consultant for Groove Management, and we talked to him earlier today. The article that we highlighted here really highlights 4 tips, and we'd like to get your thoughts on each of them if we can, because they are interesting. And the first is, when it comes to hiring, don't string employees along. What are they talking about there?
Yeah, for internal applicants who apply for jobs that they're interested in, I think that's a best practice, right? A lot of companies encourage everyone to apply for anything that they're interested in, and that's great, but there's always minimum requirements. So don't string people along. If they don't possess those certifications or the experience that they need to be successful in that job, don't lead them to believe that they have a chance, and have a conversation with them about it.
Have it right away. Say, you know what, yeah, we want to keep you here. We want you to move along. This particular job might not be for you, though.
Exactly.
And open those lines of communication. Second on the list here is be forthright.
Yeah, this is more after the process. So say someone's gone through the interview process and they had those qualifications, they've interviewed, but somebody else is selected. Most companies will just tell you, well, we hired someone else that was more qualified. Well, that's not very helpful.
No.
Right? So to be forthright with the person and have a conversation, provide real constructive feedback. You know, here are the things that would have helped you be successful, and next time maybe you can develop in these areas and you'll be ready for the next opportunity. And
because you handle that differently for an internal candidate versus an external candidate.
Yeah.
Usually, like from an HR perspective, you usually don't reach back out and tell someone why they didn't get the job, right?
A lot of companies are not specific about it, but it
internally you want to be.
Yeah, definitely.
To help them along the way on their career path. But the next point in the article is pave the path for development.
Yeah, absolutely.
Touch on that.
Sure. Well, now that you've identified that you have an employee that's interested in getting ahead, and you've talked to them about the areas that they need to work on, as an employer, you're in a great position to provide that, right? Provide those development opportunities. Yeah. Offer a mentor or some training, or even assign a special project that'll help them stretch their wings in those areas.
There's also a chance then for the employer to sort of re-examine what they're doing at that point and say, you know, if this person wasn't qualified for this promotion, where are we falling down and where can we improve?
Sure, yeah, just having a conversation about that and helping to, you know, pave the path forward.
The article wraps up by talking about watching for red flags.
Yeah, so if you're not doing these things, you're not having open feedback with employees and explaining why they didn't get the job, a lot of people are just disappointed and they don't know why they didn't get it. So that's discouraging. And so when those things happen, there can be some red flags, right? They don't support the person who does get the job because they're not sure why that person got it over them, and they're not sure what their future holds. Or they're maybe not as productive as they were before they had the interview. You may have somebody who's a go-getter, really excited about their job and their career, and then after not getting selected for something, they don't work as hard.
Yeah, well, and I think it's important. Let's talk about the employee for a second, because I always think about kind of the line in The Godfather, it's not personal, it's business.
Sure.
And that may be for the person doing the hiring, but for the person who didn't get the job, it feels awfully personal.
Definitely,
How do you get past that? What advice would you give to the person who maybe didn't get the promotion this time?
Absolutely. So it's extremely disappointing, right? And I think that once you get past that, hopefully don't let a lot of time go by and stew on it, but you can be proactive. So some of the things that we were talking about today, we're talking basically to the managers, right? And things that they can do. Employees can do this too. Say you don't get a job. You can approach your manager and say, hey, look, I know maybe this wasn't the right time for me, but how can I be prepared so that I am ready the next time an opportunity like this comes up?
Be proactive, communication on both sides, right?
Exactly.
It can work out. Adam Canavo from Groove Management. Adam, appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.